Welcome, dear colleagues, to my statement about what I'm doing for peace as a guide. I'm standing here in Austria in front of the entrance gate of the former concentration camp in Mauthausen, where 200,000 people had been kept as prisoners, and of which 100,000 or more than 100,000 had been sent to death or murdered. And I had an amazing teacher here. He was guide in Yad Vashem and asked me, what's the message we want to talk about here? What should our guests go home with? And I remembered quite well from my youth when I was coming here as a student that it was just a very emotional place. I tried to close my eyes because the guides had been very, very terrible. Because they made it a horror story here. They talked about all the details the Nazis have done in these barracks here later, in the prison, in the hospital, so-called hospital, and so on. And this guide, this trainer from Yad Vashem told us, horror stories don't help here. What's the message? What you want to talk about? And my message here is that it doesn't matter in which situation you are. There's always a chance to decide. So I'm focusing here on the stories of the victims, but also of the side of the Nazis. What happened that they have become such people? And I'm asking here my guests questions. I'm making a comparison from the past to now. I'm showing up what happened in Germany, how the Nazis have changed the school system, the press, the media, to build up such a system. And then I'm asking, what are we doing now? What's happening in Turkey, in Hungary, in America at the moment? What's happening there? What is the plan of these right-wing populists? And how easily can it become a situation like we had it in the 1930s in Austria and Germany? So I'm asking here political questions, in-between questions. And at the end, I'm drawing the attention to that we all have the chance to do something against that, like Louis Häftlinger. He has a plate here, and this is always the end of my tour, because Louis Häftlinger did not follow the rules. He was from the Red Cross. He was coming in the last month of World War II and had to deliver food here to this concentration camp. And his order was to stay neutral and to not inform somebody. But he did this. He went to the Allied troops and tried that the Allied come here a few days earlier, so that the Nazis had not the time to kill 60,000 people in a tunnel. And he is not mentioned in the audio guide of the memorial here, and most groups just pass this. And this is an important plate for me, because here somebody has shown civil courage. And we very often we focus in our tours on the horror stories or on facts, but not on these persons who have done something great. And this is what I want to say. This is my peace statement. I'm focusing on the small people who had been role models, who had been heroes, which we do not really remember. And that they remember us, that even in the worst situation, we have a chance to decide what to do. And then the end of my tour is I'm giving my guests a card of a prisoner here inside who made a chess game. And he said, yeah, even if you're by yourself in a very, very terrible situation, you can decide to have humanity here, to help others, to see the good side of the life. And I think this is what I want to do in this time where our planet getting more and more difficult with the right-wing populists everywhere, where people are so afraid with the climate change, the digitalization, all this change processes, what's going on. And sometimes that we are also afraid of our change processes we have to do in associations, in our personal life, in our situations, and that we always have a chance to decide. You always have a chance to decide. And that, that the peace starts in ourselves, making the right decisions. And I'm asking myself then again, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough for this society, for this change? Is this the role of tourist guides, that we explain the change to people, to people who are traveling, who maybe have at the moment during the travel some more open-minded situation where they can take down the borders or the fear of foreign situations? Are we asking enough? Are we doing just comfortable tours to have fun? Or what's the message again? With that, I want to end here. What's my message in the tours? What's our message as association?
This Christmas season, let's embrace the spirit of peace, unity, and kindness. No matter where we come from, we all share the same world. A simple smile or kind word can light up someone's day. May this season inspire harmony and hope. And may peace be with you wherever you go. Merry Christmas to all.
Attention, fais attention, fais attention, fais attention. En bleu, celui-là il est beau. Prends l'autre photo.
This is the marker of the names of 115 people who were killed because of the senseless bombing on Easter Sunday attack 21 April 2019, and 32 were children. Out of this list of people, they were here worshiping on Easter Sunday at St. Sebastian's Church. It says, "Safely home, I am home in heaven, dear ones. Oh, so happy and so bright, there is perfect joy and beauty in this everlasting light. All the pain and grief is over, every restless tossing past. I am now at peace forever, safely home in heaven at last."
Dear colleagues and friends of WFTGA, greetings from the heart of the second biggest city in Greece, the city of Thessaloniki. At the moment, I'm standing in the center of what I believe is the city's most important monument, the Rotunda. Erected in the late Roman times, initially to host cults of the time, not much later becoming a church, and finally in the 16th century converted into a mosque, Thessaloniki's Rotunda is one of the most famous UNESCO protected monuments that we have in Greece. At the moment, despite the fact that it operates as a church at least once a month, it still preserves very interesting parts from its period when it operated as a mosque. Combined with the beautiful mosaics that we have in the interior, let's take a look outside at the evidences of the Ottoman time. And yes, despite the fact that it is not only a monument but also an active church, it is amazing that we have the minaret tower still standing outside this Roman time building. We, the licensed guides in Greece, take the opportunity to use our commentary for this monument, thus serving the principles of WFTGA, to build bridges between people of different ethnic, religious and cultural background, especially in the historically sensitive region of the Balkan Peninsula. For WFTGA, Ioannis Kirtsoglou, Thessaloniki, Greece.
Hello from Bratislava, from the city of peace. The capital of Slovakia was in the past the capital of the Hungarian Kingdom and played a very important role during the Christmas Eve in 1805. In this magnificent building, which is the Primatial Palace, the former winter residence of the Archbishop, met the powerful politicians of Europe in those days. The Hall of the Mirrors was the venue for a peace conference. Approximately 100 kilometers in and out, based to the Czech Republic, near to the Brno, is the city of Austerlitz. And this was the battlefield on the December 5th in 1805. The United Corps of Austria and Russia beat Napoleon Bonaparte, made the decision to open the peace conference in the city of Bratislava. And on December 26th was issued a document. And with this paper lost Austria the very important part of the empire. And this was the end of the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation. The Emperor Franz II was after them the Franz I of Austria. Bratislava played a very important role during this peace conference and during the history of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So far from the Christmas afternoon in Bratislava, Slovakia.
Places I have been, walk the deserts when the shore You can go do anything you want. Go ahead.
To all my friends around the world, Merry Christmas. This is a message of peace from the land of peace. From Egypt, from the pyramids, I'm telling all my fellow guides around the world, Merry Christmas, and I wish the peace goes all over the world. I did this only for you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.